Welcome to another episode of Jordans and Jazz. I'm your host, Juan Williams. And for those of you that don't know me or are new to my show, I'm a musician and I teach piano and guitar lessons, mainly with a focus on funk, hip-hop, R&B, and jazz. I also worked at an athletic shoe store, and that's where the start of my sneaker collection really begins. So if you're a fan of music and a fan of sneakers, you're definitely in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell and the like button. Leave a comment. Also, follow me on Instagram at Jordans and Jazz. That's where I do have some of my latest sneaker pickups. Also some of the music I'm listening to at the time. Also follow me on Twitter. That's where I do announce when I do have a new video available or when I am going live. I will be going live this Tuesday. So check out the live stream coming up this Tuesday at 7 p.m. And today's show, I wanted to talk about my reaction to Jay-Z saying no one could stand on the Verzuz stage with him. Said he's untouchable. Nobody would be able to stand on stage with him, and that was a pretty big reaction to him saying that. But before I do get into the show, I do want to share my kicks of the day, and is the Jordan 1 handcrafted that was released, one of the holiday releases. I definitely had to pick this shoe up. Again, if you've been following my show, you know I'm a fan of those earth tone colors, so definitely had to pick this sneaker up. All right, well let's get into this show, okay? Because I just want to give my take on this clip of Jay-Z saying that nobody could stand on the Verzuz stage with him. So let's just take a look at this clip really quick, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it.
And done what they done. No one can stand on that stage. I mean, I'm just telling you guys the real. There's not a shot. There's not a chance in hell that anyone can stand on that stage with me for I don't know how long it is. 2 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours.
Right.
Look, I gotta stand in front of the Grammy family freestyle live. No one's ever even seen me perform that. Like, you gotta stand in front of that. That ain't gonna never happen, man. Let's move on from Verzuz and let's get back to this Keys album.
All right, so you heard what Jay-Z had to say. I'm sure you've seen this clip floating around the internet, and as I may agree that Jay-Z, maybe nobody is able to, stand. I wouldn't say stand on the stage. Maybe nobody will be able to. Nobody will win the Verzuz against Jay-Z. But when you make a statement like that, even stating that stating that it's not a shot at anybody, but stating that nobody's going to be able to stand on the stage with you. Well, there's just this thing when you make a statement like that. There's this, the statement I think about it is show and prove. And what I think happened is he tried to play it down, but I think he's just a little bit fed up with the Verzuz talk, and that came out in this clip. And so he just spoke about nobody being. He just wanted to shut down the conversation. But really, what it did was it sparked it. It made it even a bigger conversation by him saying what he said, that nobody can stand on the stage with him. And one thing. So when he makes this statement, now we can all say who would win a Verzuz and why. Just like in sports, we can all say who's going to win the NBA championship this year. We all know we know who the favorite is to win the NBA championship, but they still got to go out and play the game, right? Because there's no guarantee. Or there's always the debate about who the better basketball player is, Jordan or LeBron. Or one thing, we'll never see that matchup. We're also, one thing is, we'll some of one of the debates is, what basketball team was better? Was it the 72-10 Bulls or the 73-9 Warriors? We'll never see that. We'll never have that opportunity to back up the words stated with some of those debates. But we do have the opportunity. Jay-Z does have the opportunity to stand on the stage, the Verzuz stage, across from somebody and back up what he was saying, and prove to us to be like, what, he is right. So I do have a couple scenarios that I think makes sense. And the first scenario is pretty simple. I think it was always the debate. It was always the topic of conversation. Who's better, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas, right? And everybody would say that that line is in songs all the time. Now, unfortunately, we don't have Biggie with us, but we do have Jay-Z and Nas. And I think it would make a compelling battle between Jay-Z and Nas. And within that Verzuz, I think you could sprinkle in some bad boy hits of Biggie with some of the artists that he's collaborated with coming out. Everybody would want to see Jadakiss come out, right, and be on the same stage as Jay-Z and Nas. So I think everybody would be in agreement that we would want to see Jadakiss come out. But that's the simple. I think that's that's the easy answer. Who could Jay-Z battle? Nas. That's very simple. Now, scenario number 2, and this is what I think is the best matchup for Jay-Z. And it's not one that I think people are talking about, and maybe it's just me. It probably is just me. But I think the best matchup for Jay-Z is Ice Cube. I think Ice Cube's catalog would be able to counter whatever Jay-Z has to offer. Also, Jay-Z would have to counter, let's say, how does Jay-Z counter Dope Man? One thing that I saw, like if Jay-Z brings out, Freeway and Beanie Siegel, well, what's he gonna do when Ice Cube brings out the members of NWA and they do Straight Outta Compton? What's gonna happen? What happens if Ice Cube does Boys in the Hood that he wrote for Eazy-E? Does Jay-Z then do Still Dre that he wrote for Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. You know, those are some things. But then what happens when Ice Cube brings out the West Side Connection, and they do Bow Down, and they do Gangsta Nation? So I think the best matchup to me is Cube, because Cube is going to be able to match Jay-Z's hits. You know, some of these songs that, when I think about it, Jay-Z's content is really Jay-Z's content really is using Ice Cube's content. What happens when Ice Cube comes out with Summer Vacation? You know how we do it. Check Yourself, Friday, The Ninja You Love to Hate, Steady Mobbin', Jackin' for Beats, How to Survive in South Central, Who's the Mac, What Can I Do? And then here's the thing. Let's say the last song, Ice Cube goes first. How is Jay-Z going to follow Today Was a Good Day with the whole crowd rapping Today Was a Good Day bar for bar? Jay-Z's going to follow the whole crowd rapping Ice Cube's song Today Was a Good Day. Jay-Z's going to be rapping that song too. So that's my take. Another thing about it, Ice Cube is the better performer than Jay-Z. And why I do think that they both this would be a good matchup is, again, they're both in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So that's my thoughts on who should do a versus against Jay-Z. Jay-Z is the favorite, but I think Ice Cube, if we see them on the same stage together and they go song for song, I think Ice Cube has the best chance of beating Jay-Z in a versus. Well, that's my thoughts. Again, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the bell for any notifications. Leave a comment down below on who you think would be the best matchup for Jay-Z. You know, if you disagree with my pick on I think Ice Cube would be the best matchup, leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my Instagram @Jordans&Jazz. Follow me there for my latest sneaker pickups. Also follow me on Twitter @Jordans&Jazz. That's where I do leave notifications for when I'm going live or when a new video comes out. So follow me on Twitter. And again, I do want to thank you for coming to my channel, checking out my show. And just remember, keep your kicks fresh and your groove tight. Peace.